A Beverly Hills plastic surgeon who's made a name for himself with a scalpel and savvy marketing is in trouble. The California Medical Board has leveled serious charges. As Aiden Pickering reports, the investigation began when a patient died.
Dr. Peter Chesky's work has been all over TV, radio, and in print.
We're going to make a little incision.
The Beverly Hills surgeon is a pioneer in performing breast implants through the navel.
The implant is then rolled up like a cigar and passed through a small tube.
A promoter of microdermabrasion home kits for healthy skin.
How does that feel?
He even says the Howard Stern radio show labeled his work Best Breasts in the West.
Any problems at all?
There's shock then that the California Medical Board has formally accused Dr. Chesky of gross negligence and incompetence, proceedings which could result in discipline, including revoking Chesky's license.
Pass it from the belly button.
The medical board is focusing on 3 former patients, including this 31-year-old mother, Frances Pando. Back in 1999, Dr. Chesky performed breast implant surgery on her through her belly button. Shortly after surgery, Frances Pando was dead. Attorney Vanna Margulies is suing Chesky on behalf of Pando's teenage daughter.
Frances was not a surgical candidate. She had a history of lupus and a heart condition that would have and should have prevented her having the surgery.
In a wrongful death lawsuit, Pando's survivors contend Dr. Chesky and his team failed to conduct a thorough medical examination of Frances Pando. Specifically, they allege, to get clearance for surgery, Chesky only contacted Pando's internist, an infectious disease specialist, but not her primary doctor, who they say could have told him about her heart condition.
He needed to contact her primary care physician, and he needed to find out what her history was. Had he found that out, he never would have operated on her.
But Dr. Chesky strongly denies the allegations against him. He says Frances Pando denied having any history of cardiac problems verbally and in writing. And Chesky says the person she identified as her main doctor, the internist, cleared her for surgery.
Roll it up.
Margulies argues that plastic surgeons like Chesky have to be especially careful, knowing how common it is in elective surgery for patients to conceal parts of their medical history.
You've gone to the surgeon and say, I want this plastic surgery to help me feel better. So you're going to do what you can to sell yourself to the surgeon so that he's going to operate on you.
She further points out that Pando went to Chesky after being turned away by another plastic surgeon. She saw Chesky for the first time on a Wednesday afternoon with the $4,000 fee, and he performed the surgery the very next morning.
The problem here was that she had such a serious medical background that he didn't give himself enough time to investigate.
Chesky denies that, citing the coroner's report, which states the surgical procedure of breast augmentation was performed without complication, with the surgical sites intact. Death is attributed to the advanced state of natural disease. The mode of death is deemed natural. But the medical board says that does not put Chesky in the clear, and strongly criticizes him for going ahead with breast augmentation surgery on a patient in her condition. The board also accuses Chesky in 2 other cases, one in which he performed a facelift on a hemophiliac who lost more than half his blood, and another in which he allegedly failed to properly document his treatment of an infection stemming from a lip enhancement. Dr. Chesky denies the medical board's allegations and promises expert witnesses as part of a vigorous defense. That case won't be heard until the end of the year, but the Pando lawsuit is set to go to trial in the coming weeks. In Santa Monica, Aiden Pickering, Fox 11 News.
You can find out if your doctor is facing disciplinary action by logging on to the California Medical Board's website at www.medbd, short for medboard.ca.gov. You can find that web address on our website, fox11la.com. By the way, state lawmakers are working on making it even easier to check up on your doctor's history.